Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 65th Air Base Group Commander's Call and Awards Ceremony. I am Staff Sergeant Zachary Woodard from the 65th Air Base Group, and I am honored to be your MC for today's events. Please welcome Major Jefferson and Master Sergeant Sweeney from the Mission Coordination Cell to brief the exceptional first quarter achievements out of Lajes and Marone.
All right, we prepared a quick monologue just to kind of go over the first quarter stats and everything we've done since Operation Epic Fury. So we're gonna read the monologue and then we'll kind of wrap everything up at the end. So starting with Team Lajes, on February 17th, we spun up for Operation Epic Fury, and the scale of what we executed is nothing short of staggering. We welcomed 15 tankers and nearly 300 deployed personnel, but it's the numbers that tell the true story. Our POL flight issued 5.2 million gallons of fuel since February 17th. To put that into perspective, you pump more fuel during this time, during the entire 2025. You receive 2 expedited barges, 10 gallons of fuel to keep the flight fueled. 10 million. 10 million. POL did that. That's a 1,200% increase from the time last year. You made history by facilitating the first ever OCONUS transatlantic MQ-9 flight all the way from the US into the CENTCOM theater, pushing a total of 5 Reapers through our airspace, and we have more on the way still. We pushed multiple fighter coronets into the theater, and our defenders conducted multiple threat assessments, increased patrols to ensure our installation remained secured. And if that wasn't enough, we showed our absolute best during an in-flight emergency when an Atlas carrying 207 passengers, 23 pets, had a medical emergency. We had a rapid response team there in minutes and immediately spun up contingency lodges, the gym, the terminal, and we provided meals, and we assured every single person, every single pet was taken care of, and that's the definition of operational excellence.
Over at Marone, the tempo has been equally relentless, marked by strategic expansion, undeniable excellence, and sheer endurance. First, congratulations are in order. Marone officially brought home the Air Force Innkeeper Award. That is a testament to the world-class support and quality of life you provide every single day. For Operation Epic Fury, Marone successfully bedded down 10 KC-135s and nearly 150 personnel. You hosted the U.S. Ambassador to Spain, showcasing our strategic value, and you demonstrated incredible resilience. When 3 major weather events caused $3 million in damages, you didn't miss a beat. When there was a KC-46 and Eurofighter mishap, your rapid response was flawless. And only after a whopping 70 long days on station, you finally successfully launched 2 stranded F-16s back into the fight. Marone is also looking to the future. Thanks to your efforts, ComUSAFE officially signed and sent the Unprepared Landing Zone letter to Spanish Air Force Chief of Staff. You are executing C-130J landing zone and aeromedical evacuation training and taking our capabilities on the road to brief at the European Airborne Airlift Conference. Furthermore, we just completed the initial planning with NAVFAC for a massive $56 million project that will expand our fuel storage capacity by 33%. Marone isn't just sustaining, it's growing.
And kind of to wrap everything up, there aren't many opportunities where we get a chance to connect all of our personnel with the mission, and this goes for both installations, both Lajes and Marone. No matter if you're a Spanish local national, Portuguese local national, or active duty military personnel, everything that was done behind the scenes, don't matter what job, if you're a cleaner, cleaning our facilities, someone from the torque giving us hot meals, someone behind the scene doing admin work, dirt boy hitting the pavement, making sure the airfield stay open, air traffic controllers, making sure the runway and everything is good. Our defenders, keeping the network up. It doesn't matter. Everybody had their part. You made our job super easy up at the MCC, but the big part, you allow commanders, SCLs to remain back in the squadron to command their units and also allow us to be that direct corridor to group leadership so they can make quick decisions, they can coordinate with the wing, they can coordinate with the MAGCOM, and just a chance to recognize everybody, to thank you for all, you done, because a lot of times you don't get to see the benefits of all the work you do. So I ask everybody, please stand up and give yourself a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you, Major Jefferson and Master Sergeant Sweeney. Now we will recognize our first quarter nominees and award winners. All nominees in attendance, please stand when your name is called. Award winners in attendance, come forward when your name is called for recognition. If a member is not in attendance, ensure a representative from their squadron comes forward to accept the award on their behalf. Now I would like to welcome Colonel Mountcastle and Chief Master Sergeant Hux to the stage to present the awards. Cool. First, let's recognize the Airmen of the Quarter. Our nominees for Airmen of the Quarter are from the 496 Air Base Squadron, Senior Airman Chloe Terrell. From the 65th Air Base Squadron, Senior Airman Jeffrey Ray. The Airman of the Quarter is from the 496 Air Base Squadron, Senior Airman Chloe Terrell. Our nominees for non-commissioned officer of the quarter are from the 496 Air Base Squadron, Staff Sergeant Jaquel McBride. From the 65th Air Base Squadron, Technical Sergeant Dylan Keaton. From the 65th Logistics Readiness Squadron, Technical Sergeant Patrick Boyle. From the 765th Air Base Squadron, Technical Sergeant Jared Matson. From the Group Staff Agencies, Technical Sergeant Holly Ackerman. The non-commissioned officer of the quarter is from the 65th Logistics Readiness Squadron, Technical Sergeant Patrick Boyle. All right. Our nominees for Senior Non-Commissioned Officer of the Quarter are from the 496th Air Base Squadron, Master Sergeant Brian Fisk. From the 65th Air Base Squadron, Master Sergeant Michelle Shields. From the 65th Logistics Readiness Squadron, Master Sergeant Michelle Sweeney. And from the 765th Air Base Squadron, Master Sergeant Aaron Jones. The Senior Non-Commissioned Officer of the Quarter is from the 65th Logistics Readiness Squadron, Master Sergeant Michelle Sweeney. Our nominees for Company Grade Officer of the Quarter are from the 496 Air Base Squadron, Captain Christopher Unger. From the 765th Air Base Squadron, Captain Joseph Ho. From the Group Staff Agencies, Captain Jake Baker. The Company Grade Officer of the Quarter is from the 765th Air Base Squadron, Captain Joseph Hill. Our nominees for Field Grade Officer of the Quarter are from the 496th Air Base Squadron, Major Andrew Van Holland. From the 65th Air Base Squadron, Major Egritz Jefferson. From the Group Staff Agencies, Major Jacob Beeman. The Field Grade Officer of the Quarter is from the Group Staff Agencies, Major Jacob Beeman.
Super block.
Our nominees for Civilian Category 1 of the Quarter are from the 65th Air Base Squadron, Ana Santos. From the 65th Logistics Readiness Squadron, Delcio Mendoza. From the Group Staff Agencies, Maria Mendez. The Civilian Category 1 of the Quarter is from the 65th Logistics Readiness Squadron, Delcio Mendoza. Our nominees for Civilian Category 2 of the Quarter are from the 65th Logistics Readiness Squadron, Celio Garcia. From the 765th Air Base Squadron, João Brito. The Civilian Category 2 of the Quarter is from the 765th Air Base Squadron, João Brito. Our nominees for Civilian Category 3 of the Quarter are from the 65th Air Base Squadron, Marco Fagundes. From the 765th Air Base Squadron, Emmanuel Oliveira. The Civilian Category 3 of the Quarter is from the 765th Air Base Squadron, Emmanuel Oliveira. The nominee and winner for Civilian Category 4 of the Quarter is from the 765th Air Base Squadron, Telmo Aguirre. The nominees for Key Support Liaison of the Quarter are from the 496 Air Base Squadron, Valerie Barbarino. From the 65th Air Base Squadron, Jasmine Statler. The Key Support Liaison of the Quarter is from the 65th Air Base Squadron, Jasmine Statler.
Smile big for this.
Centurion!
The nominees for Volunteer of the Quarter are from the 496 Air Base Squadron, Senior Airman Yasmin Kuchevi. From the 65th Air Base Squadron, Staff Sergeant Alfonso Arellano. From the 765th Air Base Squadron, Maria Freitas. The Volunteer of the Quarter is from the 765th Air Base Squadron, Maria Freitas. Our nominees for Team of the Quarter are from the 496 Air Base Squadron, Weapons of Mass Construction. From the 65th Air Base Squadron, Operation Support Flight. From the 65th Logistics Readiness Squadron, Ground Logistics Support. From the 765th Air Base Squadron, Operations Flight. From the Group Staff Agencies, Legal Office. The Team of the Quarter is from the 65th Logistics Readiness Squadron, Ground Logistics Support.
Wait. Are there more humans on your team in the room? Yes. Oh, they must come to the stage. This is no. We don't just send Sergeant Boyle up to do all the work. All right. Let's just give this to you. Now let's line up. Come this way a little bit. Towards the middle. Yeah, good. Chief on one. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Am I gonna go? No. We got it. Ready. Come on, sir. Smile. All right.
Let's give one last round of applause for our winners. Colonel, Chief, you may be seated now. First Sergeant Holloman, sir, the floor is now yours for comments. Yeah, please.
Hey, everyone. All right. So first off, congratulations to all the winners, nominees as well. Before I go into my little spiel, I got a little joke for you guys. All right. All right. So what kind of eggs did the evil chicken lay? deviled eggs. Ha. All right. Hey, that was a good one. All right, so real quick, I just got a couple of things for everyone. So one, visas, all right? If you have dependents who are not national citizens of the United States, or if they're not in the country that you're going to, please make sure you do their visas in a timely manner. Do not wait until 2 months out and then you're like, hey, I forgot to get my dependent visa, all right? Because it doesn't work like that, all right? So make sure you stay on top of that. Two, if you guys are traveling anywhere, my military folks, if you're traveling anywhere, make sure to keep a copy of your orders on you, because just because you go somewhere on your passport, they might not let you back in the country just because you're stationed there. So make sure you show proof of your orders. Any questions about that? No? All right. And then lastly, next week, we will be having mandatory safety briefs ahead of the festivals next week, right? Starting May 1st. So everyone here on Lajes, it's mandatory for all military members at Lajes under the 65th Air Base Group. It's going to be next Wednesday at 9 and 11 o'clock at the Ark at the chapel. So please make sure you attend. If you can attend, please get with your supervisors, and supervisors just brought that up. And then lastly, with the tour season coming up, the island numbers is going to double. I'm not sure how many of you guys were here last year, but tourism is very high here during the summertime. Please make sure you lock your doors. Don't make it easy for you for your stuff to get broken into for theft or anything like that. And then that's all I got. Any questions for me? Nope. Well, appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Sheriff. Chief Master Sergeant Hux, sir, the floor is now yours for comments.
I typically don't like to use the podium, but I'll use the podium so Team Marone can hear me, right? Can they hear me? We should? We good? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I wrote down a few things I wanted to talk to you about. However, Major Jefferson already touched on a little bit of that, and the shirt's already touched on a little bit of that, so I'm just going to go ahead and tear this up and, yeah, just kind of wing it right now. We're just going to do this, right? Thank you guys for stealing my thunder. I greatly appreciate y'all. All right. Hey, real quick. So I was talking to the commander, and it's always a great thing because we like to sync and make sure we don't regurgitate the same thing, or I don't steal his thunder like other people stole my thunder. So just remember in the future, let's chat, okay? So, all right, so just know that I don't plan on stealing the commander's thunder on this because we've coordinated. See, communicate, all right? But no, seriously, like when I think about what this group has accomplished over the last quarter, a couple things come to mind. Okay. First is hard work. Hard work by every single person at both installations. You guys are doing exceptional. You are the masters of your craft. And you demonstrate that day in and day out. Two, you're innovative. You're creative. At both installations, we have come across things that many of the force has never seen or experienced. For being two small remote power projection platforms in the Atlantic, okay, one in the Atlantic, one mainland, the smallest bases when it comes to having airfields, in the use safety inventory, but you guys kill it. You guys crush it. And that comes with a lot of that hard work, that innovation, that creative spirit to find solutions to the toughest problems. Right. And the last thing, what I think is great about this team are the smiles that I see day in and day out. Through all the change, to include the weather That can literally be 4 seasons in one day. You guys come in and day out. And you do it with a smile. Some of you bigger smiles than others. It's okay, you know. But you do it with joy. You do it with pride. That is what makes this group so phenomenal. That is what makes this team, you know, small but mighty. And just know that I am super proud of every single one of you, every single day. Because what you do impacts everybody across the enterprise. So much that it's interesting for me to be in this position and to get phone calls or emails or texts from other chiefs or command chiefs from across the globe, hearing about, seeing what we're doing, and they're like, hey, Chris, how is your team pulling this off? What are you doing to make this happen? And I remind them, I tell them, it ain't me. It's all of you, both here in this room and in that room at Marone. So, with that being said, thank you. Thank you for all the hard work that you're doing. And don't let your foot off the gas. Keep that drive, that spirit, that dedication, that creative thinking, that smile on your face. And keep going. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Hux. Colonel Mountcastle, the floor is yours.
Team, I just got a couple things for you today, and then I'll just take any questions you may have. So, first off, thank you for what you do. You know, we are here to project power and unite communities, and our priorities are to be ready for the call, to strengthen airmen, and to unite those communities, and to tell your story. And you guys have done that in spades. You have answered the call. And so, the question is, okay, what do we do now? Right? And so I'd ask, as you as a lot of us look towards the exit, and a lot of us are like, hey, where are you guys going? Don't worry, there's going to be guys that replace us, right? I'd ask that you stay alert and you stay focused and you not worry about the future. You bring the future into today and figure out what you can do about the future, right? I'll give you a little example. What's the weather going to be this weekend, Maria? You can stand up and tell us.
Well, so my friend, some rain tomorrow, and we're gonna have a high pressure. Cross fingers, she'll be in place, and some nice weather for the weekend.
Nice weather for the weekend. So my Apple phone says 2 days of 64 degrees, which we have not seen since last summer. It says no rain and says no wind. So kind of. Yeah. I heard a line the other day. It is always raining in Ireland. The water drops are just smaller. It is always raining in Terceira. The water drops are just smaller. The water drops indeed are going to be smaller this weekend. Okay? So, I say stay alert, stay focused, here in the now. What does your weekend look like? Not how fast is your 2-mile run. What does your weekend look like to get ready for the 2-mile run? How many laps do you have planned? Because the weather is going to be great. I don't know what it's going to be like when your PT test is due in a month or 6 months from now, but you can work on it this weekend, okay? So that's just a little practical example of stay alert, stay focused, all right? Your replacement, you're talking to them, you're over communicating with them. They've read the foreign clearance guide through and through. Or maybe you need to tell them to read the foreign clearance guide through and through. So that's what I mean by stay alert and stay focused. Stay safe. The best weather we've had since last summer is coming. Maria's promised it right here. You saw it. So please just stay safe this weekend. And then finally, I'll leave you with this. I had the opportunity to go to Ponta Delgada yesterday, and I went to the unit day of the operational command of the Azores. I get that right? Okay. And it's the 3-star command that has the air, maritime, and land component in the Azores. And so the headquarters area, Azores Air Zone, right? They have one of their hats is they work with that 3-star in Ponta Delgada to do the air component of the Azores and what have you. But so it was a good day. It was a standard fare. You know, we had the ceremony, and then we had the cake and the meal and all that. But what I really enjoyed doing was going around the room and just saying thank you to all the support that the Armed Forces of Portugal have given us here at Lajes Field. So I had a chance to thank the Chief of Defense. I had a chance to thank the Azores Operational Command Commander, and of course General Dionisio. And it was really amazing just kind of to tell them a little bit about what you guys have done. Right? When I was talking to the Chief of Defense, I said, hey, thanks for your help with the MQ-9. It was very, very wonderful of you. You know, that's the first time we've ever flown it across the Atlantic, right? And so he said, really? I said, yeah, that's the first time we've ever thrown it across the Atlantic Ocean. So when I say tell your story, right, you know, the appropriate forum and venue, that is representing us, telling people about what it's like to be here. So when they get here, they're ready. But it's also talking to our partners and making sure our partners understand how much we value and appreciate them. And then when you're out and about in town, it's you, representing the United States in the best way possible. Of course, wearing civilian clothes that don't look anything like you're from the United States. But here we are. So thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep it up. And if anybody has any questions, I am opening up the floor. That's next in the script, right? Any questions? All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Colonel Mountcastle. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's award ceremony. A special thank you to the team that put this together, and a final congratulations to all the award winners. Everyone, please stand for the singing of the Air Force song, followed by the departure of the official party.